Howdy everyone, and welcome to Black Shadow here. Hope you're keeping well, and welcome to the October channel update. It's a little bit belated. I usually get these out about the turn of the month. I'll explain why it's a bit late in a moment, but right off the bat, I just want to say that we are geared up and ready for the more general release for Silent Hill 2 Remake tomorrow on Tuesday the 8th. I do want to give a thanks over to Shane over on patreon.com/Black Shadow993, I should say, who did sponsor the series for me, which is hugely appreciated. Also, thanks as well to the folks on Patreon that have been supporting the channel over the course of the past several months also, as well as on Twitch. As well, we've had a channel goal to try and raise a couple $100 towards the cost of a PS5 because my PC is kind of struggling to play these sorts of games and record them at the same time with any decent quality. So I figured I'd get hold of the console, which we've now done. So huge thanks to that. We've got to hit that target next, hit that in September. And indeed, here we are. This is my HD 60 Pro capture card. We're ready to rock and roll with Silent Hill 2 tomorrow. I will say, though, however, and something that it does stick in my craw if I come down to wherever it might be. Yeah, here we are. I am not going to pay an extra 20% to play this game on release day. I'm just not going to do that. It is an insidious business practice. It's not the only people I've seen doing this as a way to try and get more money. I'm not going to pay an extra £10 to play this game on release date. I will wait 2 days. Don't sponsor it. It's not very good, but that's just me being a bit old school, maybe. It's just, it seems a bit ridiculous to me. Anyways, so we should probably chat about the channel here at Black Shadow Incorporated. Truth be told, there hasn't been a whole ton go on over the past month or so, and the reasons for that, as some of you may be aware, I did mention in my past update video, and I've mentioned as well on our Discord server the fact that I have now become a competitive e-gaming referee, which started about 7 weeks ago, I think it was now, and September has been pretty wild, is all I can say. It turned out to be a lot busier than I was expecting it to be. And quite frankly, the past couple weeks or so were quite the roller coaster. That's about the best I can tell you guys. I can't go into any particular details specifically, but yeah, there's been some crazy stuff going on the past couple of weeks. I've got this week off until Sunday, which I have scheduled off in order to do Silent Hill Remake and obviously get recording that. But if we go to the actual videos wise, we haven't actually had a whole lot be done, and to be honest, quite a lot of this was stuff that had been recorded nearly a month ago, specifically talking about Final Fantasy X-2. We did manage to finish off a third birthday for Parasite Eve. I did overall enjoy the game. I did talk a bit in my, I did my thoughts so far video, and it was largely confirmed by the final video of the series here. My thoughts that it is a decent game, and it has some really strong points, but there was also some design choices that I don't think the game benefited from, and the best praise I can give for Third Birthday is kind of, it's a what-if game. If they'd had just not done a couple of things and done a couple of choices, and if it had actually been on PS3 instead of PSP, I actually think it would have been a pretty solid title, but unfortunately didn't quite get there. But we did manage to finish this before Silent Hill 2 Remake, which was the plan. I had also intended to get Final Fantasy X-2's main game finished before the release of Silent Hill 2 Remake as well. Haven't quite managed that. I've just got the Far Plane Abyss and end boss fight to do, and the plan is to record that once I'm done with this video. So those will be going up over the course of this week. Alongside Silent Hill 2 Remake, so it will be a bit more of a busier schedule. Also, starting up a few videos, we have been, since playing the Terror mod for Resident Evil Outbreak, which, largely speaking, I'd say I overall enjoyed. We did do some stuff with the Apocalypse mod as well, though that has not made the YouTube, but we have returned to the Raffle, my handmade stipulated randomizer for Resident Evil Outbreak. We've done a couple of streams on it so far. We do have 24 double stip games that need to be played on stream. and those will be being done on Tuesdays, except this Tuesday, because it's Silent Hill 2 Remake. So I'm going to be pretty darn busy, but I think we're going to be good for the 15th and 22nd of this month, and hopefully the 29th as well. I'm trying to get that free as best as I can. So over on twitch.tv/black_that, you'll be able to see the broadcast on there. And if you do, I'll join on the Discord server, which there is a link in the description below for this, and all the videos I do in the main channel as well. You'll have, I'll set up events for all the streams that I'll be doing. Now, I had normally also been doing a stream, usually on the Saturday as well, but those have been largely curtailed, again, given the fact that the Saturdays and just my month of September has been just completely wild. And so much has gone on. It's not all bad, by the way. Like, some of it, again, I can't go into details, but some of it could potentially be quite surprising and quite good. But I don't know the outcome of that at this moment in time. If it does go through, that will change my scheduling somewhat, to put it mildly. So, you know, I'm not. I'll let you guys know, especially on the Discord. If that does occur, I will keep you guys up to date as best as I can, as soon as I can. But the plan is to at least keep the Tuesdays free as best as I can to do the raffle for Resident Evil Outbreak. And if I can find some spots to do some other streams, I will do so. There are other games that I'd like to tackle. There's extra bits and pieces on the list of games I got from Starfruit as well as Believer. And there's other bits I would like to touch on. But it's finding the time at the moment between this, between my, you know, the e-game refereeing stuff that I'm doing, now between this, and also the work I do on hidden assets for Dune Imperium, and that is only getting busier as we go towards the back end of the year. I don't know where that time is going to be for a second stream a week, and it's very possible that it might just not be a thing I can do. It might be just curtailed to one a week, finishing off the raffle, going through that, and then reassessing at the end of the situation there. And that's kind of the way it is at the moment. Certainly, if I go back to July, I could not have anticipated that I would be in a couple of the positions that I'm in at the moment. It has been a real whirlwind. The past 6 weeks or so, especially the last 2 weeks, have been just all over the joint. And it has been eye-opening, I guess. Again, not necessarily all bad. Some of it pretty good, actually, but it's been... I talked about this on a previous update video, that I knew I would have probably some challenges in keeping everything balanced and scheduled. I had the same issue in the previous place that I lived up north, where I had to, like, basically... I had too many things on, and I had to give something up to just kind of keep some kind of balance, and I did. And I might be forced into doing something like that a bit again. You know, like, I was able to do a lot of recording and streaming because I had the time to me, but especially with the game stuff, and especially if what happens does happen, that will be a bit more restricted. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let you all know more as and when I do. But the main thing for it is Silent Hill 2 will be starting tomorrow. We will be getting Final Fantasy X-2's main game finished. I do intend, by the way, for 10-2, I do still intend to do the last mission, which is kind of the post-game content. I don't know very much about it. Apparently it's a roguelike, effectively, which is kind of blows my mind. Because a Final Fantasy roguelike is not two worlds that really intersect very often. But regardless, I do intend to do that, and I do intend to do that once Silent Hill 2 Remake is finished. I do not know if I'll be playing this game once or twice. I will also say as well, if you're interested in a last bit of pre-hype for the game, if you haven't seen it or played it yet, I'll have a link in the description below, a podcast that I did. And I'll even put it here because I am such a good, generous human being. I was on a podcast discussion a couple of months or so ago after the State of Play with a preview for what we're looking to expect for the Silent Hill 2 remake. I am aware that there have been obviously reviews out, and I'm aware that they've been generally pretty positive. I have not looked at any of them in any detail, so my knowledge of this game going in is very, very heavily limited. My guess is this is going to play out a bit like Resident Evil 4, but with a lot more melee. Now, whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing or not, I guess your mileage is going to vary a little bit. But that's kind of was my my initial thought of it, and I will be involved most likely on a review of the game as well after the fact. Why are they still using my old freaking image? I've updated it since then. We've modernized. What's going on here? I don't know. But it was a good chat, actually. A good couple of hours spent talking about what we're expecting for the game as well. And I would definitely recommend going through that. It was a good chat. It was a very, very decent chat. Anyways, that is going to be it for this one. I won't keep going too long because I know I need to get Final Fantasy X 2 recorded and get this up and loaded and all the rest of it. So thank you very much for watching. For those of you who are going to be watching Silent Hill 2 Remake, I do appreciate it. There's usually a few folks, that do say like this is the they want to watch me go through it versus everyone else. For that, I say I'm very appreciative of that. Don't know necessarily if that's the best life choice you can possibly make, but it's the one that you wish to opt for, and I'm not going to criticize for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I can't see this being bad. I couldn't see it being bad 3 months ago. I'm sure it's a very well put together game. There's a high bar for it to clear for a wide variety of reasons, and there's a lot of expectation on this. And I do hope that not for necessarily for Kamani's sake, but just for the franchise's sake, that this goes down really well. Because remakes of Silent Hill, and especially the first Silent Hill, be pretty baller. Have a good one, kids. I'll see you tomorrow.